God damn it, dude. This show is just so goddamn good. I can't even. This episode was a freaking hoot. You know, after episode 3 of this show, I thought, okay, they definitely hit more on the darker aspect in episode 3 and didn't have too much of the humor elements that the prior episodes had. But episode 4, okay, we are definitely going back to more focus on the humor, because holy shit, this episode was absolutely hilarious. I will have to say that even though they did all these super funny, entertaining, hilarious moments in this episode a lot, they still had time and took time to have these underlying meaningful scenes in between and switching very fluidly between those two aspects. We do start to see, though, the Demon Lord and Max maybe having some feelings for each other in a way. Not maybe romantically, but, you know, starting to sort of build something like an attraction to an extent. So the plot of this episode is pretty simple. The first half, basically, we have Max being lonely and Demon Lord wanting to find him a girlfriend or something from the demon ranks. So he makes this Tinder physical matchbook, basically. And Senya's in there, of course, and then a lot of other demon ladies that might not be as appealing to a human man, but, you know. And then we go into the entire section of him trying to be a poo-tuber or a YouTuber. And that is an absolute hoot, holy shit. But yeah, even again, while having a lot of these insanely humorous moments, the show still sort of hints at these relationships. For example, Senya putting herself at the front of this sort of picture book of potential females to date. You know, it seems that maybe, you know, Senya also likes him to an extent, at least in a lesser way than perhaps the Demon Lord does, but still sort of likes him in some way or form. But yeah, definitely the Demon Lord, when Max is basically unhappy with all the females and talks about the ideal woman he would like. You know, the Demon Lord turns back into his schoolgirl form, being like, yeah, this is like the exact type you want, right? The good body, the black hair, the features, you know, a good cook, all these things. And it goes from being like a very funny moment to being a very sort of, let's say awkward, emotional moment when they both stare at each other and they both blush heavily, and it's like, oh, just kidding, awkward. But yeah, again, you know, these moments very quickly turning into, let's say, something more serious down the line, perhaps. Anyways, though, this episode not being as focused on the story progressing in a way, but more on the humor, was definitely a highlight. I mean, I absolutely laughed my ass off this entire episode, especially the last portion with the PooTuber arc they did there. That was just, holy shit, dude. I can't even with that entire thing. I mean, I want to make a meta commentary on this entire thing, as again, I mean, I'm literally making a YouTube video right now. So I can make some meta commentary on this entire thing, but I'm not sure if I want to at this point. You should just go enjoy it for yourself. So Max decides to become a PooTuber, right? And while it is very funny, and we get to laugh at him sort of making these horrible Let's Play videos and other things, tries to be a food reviewer with snacks and all these other things, we still sort of get that more serious small moment here and there, with Demon Lord, for example, mentioning how nice it is to see him actually taking something seriously. Again, actually trying to, you know, put his mind to something to pull himself out of this stitch of doing nothing and being a bum, and actually feeling like he has more of a purpose. So, you know, there's still this meaning behind the humor and the humoristic arc they go on with this, which is very nice to see. Also, I mean, just the entire arc, basically, of the Demon Lord trying to sell Max on becoming a demon and living an easy life and shedding his humanity. Like, even though it's very funny, right? And Demon Lord just talking all about these things of like, yeah, I mean, as a demon, you get universal healthcare, basically, and you get a big salary, only work 4 days a week, 5 hours a day, no overtime, paid vacation, free education. It's like, holy shit, the demon kind apparently has a socialist utopia going. Good for them, I guess. But just an entire arc as well, while very funny, still goes back to the element of Max in the end not wanting to sign the contract and be turned into a demon, or reincarnated as a demon, as he wants to sort of retain his sense of self, and feeling that becoming a demon, it will lessen or remove what makes him him, what makes him himself. So again, a lot of philosophical elements underpinning that entire arc, even while it being very much on the humorous side. So again, just exemplifying, in my opinion, how well this show does in blending these two genres, or blending these two modes of being very, very funny, very humoristic, very just, smirky and full of laughter, while suddenly going into more deeper meanings and contexts and themes very seamlessly. And they do this again all the time. But yeah, just like to end of this video here, holy shit, dude. Like the end scene with Max being out of ideas, being like, okay, I'm doing horribly as this YouTuber. All my videos are shit. All of my ideas aren't working. And the Demon Lord being like, okay, I'll help you with one last video. Whatever you need me to do, I'll help. And Max being like, I know what I can do. And I called it before he did it. I called it, and I was like, yeah, he's gonna make the Demon Lord turn himself into this schoolgirl and stream. And sure as hell, that's what he did. Oh god. And apparently, yeah, of course, being the very skimpy schoolgirl outfit there, the Demon Lord goes on stream, tries to stream, instantly gets tons of viewers and attention. Seems like a very good parallel to our own world, surprisingly, and how different and less difficult it might be for a good-looking female to garner an audience instantly. So yeah, she, or he, the Demon Lord, gets told by Max, okay, do this, talk to chat, get this popsicle out of the fridge, start licking on it and sucking on it, and all the different things. And then the Demon Lord gets all hot and bothered and starts to undress her top shirt. And then they get banned, of course. Absolutely, and then they just get banned. Of course, if this was actual our world and it was Twitch, for example, they would not be banned. They'd get like a 2-day suspension and a slap on the wrist. So not realistic in that way. But I guess on YouTube they might actually take things more seriously in this world as well. So who knows? But yeah, that was just absolutely oh my god, I laughed so hard. I couldn't contain myself. I was just like filled with a mix of absolute hilarity and smirking and laughing, and also being just like, oh my god, there's no way you're doing this, right? There's no way you're actually doing this, right? Come on. But yeah, it was an absolute blast. This episode, I loved from beginning to end. The humor was top notch. The themes and everything were top notch. The underlying meanings and more deeper things as well, also top notch, and continues to build on what might come further. As a whole, I think this episode was absolutely great. Really, really solid. I suppose the only light criticism I would make is that with this episode not really progressing the plot at all, in a way at least, or in a meaningful way, we can end up having this show be more of a slice of life, sort of not really going anywhere, but being stuck in the way it is, or the sort of the loop it might quickly come into. If that happens, that'll be a bit disappointing with what they can do with this. But having like a relaxing episode like this where a lot of things don't really happen, it's still totally fine having these sort of episodes once in a while, every now and again. But yeah, anyway, this was absolutely hilarious. I love this show, dude. It is so good. What did you think of episode 4 here of Level Demon Lord and Wonder Room Hero? Did you like it? Hate it? Why not? Feel free to leave all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, I would hope and heavily encourage you to subscribe and like and hit the notification bell to support this channel and to support me, and I would be very, very grateful for such a thing. So I hope you do so. With that being said, I hope you have watched this episode already, and I hope you laughed as much as I did. And if you haven't watched this show yet, you should go watch this show right the F now, because this is one of the best shows of the season by far. It's absolutely great. Anyhow though, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.